We are going to show you everything about the papyrus from a plant, as you can see, till it reaches the sheets like here around you, with the same technique of the ancient Egyptians. So enjoy your time with them, and I'm waiting for you right there.
Right now, I'm going to give you just a brief idea about the papyrus plant first, and then we'll see how the paper was made exactly the way the ancient Egyptians did. So actually, way before thinking of making the paper, this plant was considered as a holy plant. That's because of three things. First of all, the papyrus was the flag of the north of Egypt. You know, Egypt was two different kingdoms. The papyrus was the flag of the north. The lotus flower was the flag of the south. The second reason it's the flower. This flower should be much bigger, looks a bit like the sun rays, and that's the symbol of Amun-Ra, the god of sun in the ancient time. The main thing is the stem. This is actually the only plant you can tell which has this entire triangular stem, not round like the others, which is like one face of the pyramid. The pyramid was the symbol of eternity, and that's why the ancient Egyptians used to worship the plant way before thinking of making the paper. Have you been to the pyramid? Or?
Yeah, I just did.
Still there, or?
Yeah.
The body moved it. So, to make the paper out of this plant, first step we decide the size we need. So usually the plant, it's not that tiny, by the way. The plant is quite thick, over 5 to 6 meters high. Needs two things to grow: very hot weather and lots of water at the same time. See that? Right. So we just decide just a little small one, just like this one. And then we remove the outer green skin. This greenish part is quite strong and it's very flexible. The ancient Egyptians didn't waste it the way we do now. They used it for making things like robes, hats, baskets, sandals, furnitures, and so on. Can you look that fast? Cool.
But the figure.
When you're used to something, you know, it doesn't matter. So this is the main part we use for making the paper. We divide it into slices, just like this. But now you see the slices are so fragile, just because the slices contain lots of water, sugar, and also fibers inside. To make the slices flexible, we have to get rid of the fibers. So we use this rolling, just like this. So now you can see it's much flexible and stronger than before, right? Then we soak the slices in the water here for 2 days to reduce the sugar. We have to change the water every day. Only 2 days in the water just to get this color, the light pink. If we left the slices longer, like 10, 15 days in the water, it gets the dark brownish shade, like these you can see around you. So the dark paper, it's the same quality, the same thing, but it takes long time to make it, hard time to paint on it, just because the paper, the brownish paper, absorbs more colors than the yellowish one. After the time in the water, we arrange the slices in horizontal and vertical positions between 2 pieces of carpet, just like this, or 2 pieces of cotton. The ancient Egyptians, of course, they didn't use these materials we use now. What do you think they used in ancient days? What did they use? What do you think?
For what? For
Instead of the carpet.
Animal skins.
Animal skin. Who says animal skin? Animal skin, animal hides. That's right. Oh, wow. You've been here before or what? You all have the same answer. And fast. So the slices, actually, it has to be horizontal and vertical. But it doesn't have to be overlapped, by the way. You can put them flat as well. But it has to be always this way. That's what makes the paper strong enough. And so on, till we complete the whole sheet. Just like this, for example. There you go. Right? I want to be famous, huh?
Yeah.
So then we squeeze all the slices. Right? So we squeeze everything under this press for 6 days. In the ancient days, they didn't have that. Of course, they used heavy rocks or heavy stones. No machines, by the way, until this moment. This is the only different thing we use. Now we'll have to wait, huh? 6 Egyptian days, not regular days, huh? That's very long. You're not going home anymore, right? So during the 6 days under the press, the slices can stick together naturally. That's because of the cellulose inside the fibers that acts like a natural glue, no chemical materials at all. Then we get a piece of paper like this. You see the paper is quite strong. It's very flexible and very smooth as well. Against the light, you can see easily the horizontal and vertical arrangement. This is the main thing. This what makes the paper that strong. You can use any type of colors on it, no matter what kind of colors you use, by the way. You can use oil colors, watercolor, ink, acrylic, whatever, it's okay. Last many years, and this is the main thing, this is the only paper until now could last thousands of years under all conditions, didn't fade. Well, you know that what the ancient Egyptians used before deciding making that paper was carving. You know, they used to carve everything, carving daily lives, messages, whatever. They got 3 things to carve on, like walls, stones, or rocks. That's all. So of course, after making something like this, life became totally different. So it became so much easier, and that's why the paper was considered at that time, which is just a paper, the biggest industry they ever made during their lifespan. So this is about the paper itself. Have you been to the Egyptian Museum or not yet?
Never.
Good. So I'm going to explain to you everything of those famous ones. Few paintings only, and so brief to save your time, just to save your time, because one of them takes almost like a week to tell you everything about, which is this one right here. This is the Judgement, or the weighing of the heart. It's a message. The amazing thing about this message is it wasn't made for the ancient Egyptians. So the ancient Egyptians left it for the generations to come. They just wanted to remind us all that every one of us will be judged after this life. So what's going to happen in the day of the judgment? This is just how the ancient Egyptians imagined this. The original one of this message, it's also painted on the same paper, by the way. This piece of paper is 3,200 years ago, still perfect, the way it is until now. So the story starts from here. Here you see the deceased. He's in here looking for somebody to help, by the way, because this is the first step. He's giving the offerings to 14 jurors. They ask him about his lifetime. The jurors, they ask him around 120 questions. No lawyers, huh? No lawyers anymore. Kneeling down, lifting his hands up, he swears he is trying hard to convince the jurors that he was an innocent person, but he doesn't need to convince them all. But all they needed from him, just 50 plus one of them, and that's all, the majority. In this case, only 7 of them are raising this sign, the key of life. The 7th, they raised that key of life, they actually voted for him. They believed he's good. So that's exactly the same voting system we have nowadays. The other 7s, you see, they didn't raise nothing. So they are not convinced. So they voted against him. 7 against 7, that's only 50-50. So he couldn't bridge to the majority of them. So they cannot help him for nothing. So they will just leave him. So he goes down here to face that main thing. This is the main thing about this message, by the way, the heart. Only this is the main thing. So here you see the deceased. He cannot do nothing. He cannot talk. He cannot prove nothing anymore. Anubis, the god of mummification and medicine, as you see, he's leading him to the balance of justice to check his heart out. Now that's the main thing. The ancient Egyptians used to mummificate the bodies. They used to take everything away except for the heart. They believed every single thing we do during this life is going to be recorded in the heart. So in the day of the judgment, they will check out the heart itself. What makes the heart heavy, it's only the bad deeds, which means if we did more bad than good, the heart will be heavier in the day of the judgment. So here you see, if the heart of the deceased was heavier than the feather of truth, that says he was bad, lying to the jurors. So in this case, Sobek, or Am, the god of punishment, in the ancient days will punish him by eating his heart. Eating the heart of the deceased, it's symbolic. It means he's done. No afterlife, no heaven, no nothing. He will just disappear. And he will never come back again. It's over. Here in this case, you see the feather is just a little bit heavier. Just a little bit. It can't be that heavy anyway. Not because it's a feather. It's because nobody ever does good all the time. So if the feather is just a little bit heavier, he was perfect. A question. What if the heart and the feather are even as well? Is he good or bad? What do you think?
So-so.
No, no, so-so. One word. Good. Bad.
Good.
How many good? Let's
Good.
Oh, wow. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8. 9. Wow. How many bad? 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So 9 again is 7. All right. So if the heart and the feather are even, when he actually can do nothing about it, he tried, so he was good enough, right? So he passes with Horus. Horus was the god of protection, sky, and sun. From Horus came the word we use now, like horoscope, by the way. He is here, he's here introducing him to his father. That's Osiris, the judge of the court, the god of the afterlife, watching everything. Behind Osiris, two ladies, they support him. His wife Isis, the goddess of love, justice, fertility, peace, and motherhood. Her sister Nephthys, the goddess of magic and childhood. Everybody here is welcoming him to the head. This one right here is God Thoth, or Thoth. This is the god of knowledge, writing, and wisdom in ancient days. He is exactly like the court recorder. He is the one who makes that same report we do nowadays in the court, which has everything in details going. So that's a brief idea about the Judgment Day. It comes in English with, by the way, the English history comes with. The second famous one is this. This is the Egyptian calendar. It's the first calendar in history, by the way. The original one of the calendar was found in Egypt in the Dendera temple, and that's in Upper Egypt. This wasn't painted on. It was all carved on the ceiling, by the way. Right now, the whole ceiling, it's actually in the Louvre Museum in Paris. So here you see, remember, this is before nobody, 4,400 years ago, those people, they actually discovered so many things we use now, and so many things in here we don't know yet about it. So the 4 couples of Horus you see around here, they are the 4 cardinal points. That's north, south, east, and west. The ladies here are 4 as well. They are the 4 seasons of the year. The people together are 12. That's the 12 months of the year. Their arms 24. That's the 24 hours of the day. Inside here, 52 figures in total. They are the whole 52 weeks and whole the year. In the center here, in this area, the star signs we use before we know. Like Capricorn, Sagittarius, Scorpio, Libra, Virgo, Lion, all the star signs we use, that exist already. In the center here in the middle, you will see so many other star signs. Until now, nobody could figure that out. Until now, it's not finished yet. So this is the second famous one after the Judgment Day. And the last piece we got in here is the tree of life, or the family tree. Well, the tree itself is the life in general, or the family home in particular. As a human being, we got 5 stages to pass during this life, or in family. The baby, the childhood, youth, marriage, old and wise age. As you see the young generations, they always look to the east. The east here is the sunrise. The sunrise is the future. So our kids, the young generations, they always think of what's next. Study, work, marriage, and so on and so on. So they always think like that. When we get so old, we don't think the same way. So we think more of what we did before, right? So we go back again, we think of the past, whatever we did before. During the past, we got experience. The experience we got during this life, of course, we're gonna give it to our kids or to the young generations to learn from our experience before. Once any member in the family gets married, it's time to leave. So when you get married, you see the bird seems like leaving. So flying to a different tree. So when you get married, you change the tree. You fly from the family home to your own home. There, you're gonna rebuild a new family tree. So these are the top stories in all the Egyptian history. Some of them are here, some of them are not here. Around here, you see many figures. Each painting you see has a meaning behind. They come in different size, different colors. Each painting you see tells like 2 numbers, NO the code number, LE the price in Egyptian. Here is a government place, you can use any currency, no tax, no extra charge. The painting comes rolled up in a very small tube, including the certificate and the description in English. So here's a government place. Like, it's not like the paintings, the paper you'll see in the streets, around the museums, whatever. Here is a government place, you get a certificate from the government, everything is safe, your card is safe, no tax above nothing, no extra charge above nothing at all. Enjoy. If you have any question, my name is Moses.